When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Wow.
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Let's make back to school season this year easier for you and your whole family. Customize a scene on your Forest Security app to ensure as you leave for the day that your doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set, lights turned down, and room temperature is comfortable. Call Forest today. Welcoming your guests is easy and secure. When someone rings the video doorbell, you can control everything right on your phone and go back to enjoying the rest of your warm summer days. Take control with a video doorbell from Forest Security.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories. Unstoppable. More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Welcoming your guests is easy and secure. When someone rings the video doorbell, you can control everything right on your phone and go back to enjoying the rest of your warm summer days. Take control with a video doorbell from Forest Security.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories. Unstoppable. More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Welcoming your guests is easy and secure. When someone rings the video doorbell, you can control everything right on your phone and go back to enjoying the rest of your warm summer days. Take control with a video doorbell from Forest Security.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Now this is some bull.
And another 3 for the ball! Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's here to help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hardworking people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
They're my neighbors. Come on in, guys.
Bringing fans together. State Farm, official sponsor of Liga MX. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hardworking people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Good evening, fans, and welcome inside the Sports Broadcast. Good evening, fans, and welcome inside the Sports Broadcast Solutions pregame show presented by Forest Security. I'm Tommy Gilbert, excited to be joined tonight by Fenwick freshman guard Corey Griffin. Corey, you guys won 4 out of 5 in late December, early January. Hit a rough patch these last 3 games against 3 really good teams, 3 teams that are 49-10 combined, all receiving votes in the AP poll. What did you guys learn about yourselves as a team in these last 3 games that you can take into the rest of the season?
That we can play more as a team, like move the ball around, learn our strengths, learn our weaknesses out of the games, and just get better out of that.
When you look at this De La Salle team you're going to see here tonight, probably their signature win of the year was over Leo, a 26-point blowout back in the fall. Played that tough trap defense, really aggressive. How are you guys going to attack their defense tonight?
We're going to move the ball around, you know. When they try and trap, just stay calm, don't get over rowdy and stuff, just move the ball around.
And finally, what's the biggest thing that you've learned as a freshman, or what's the biggest adjustment that you've had to make coming into this season?
The speed. When you play in varsity, the speed is just, they move real fast. You got to get used to it real quick. Else there's a bunch of turnovers, so yeah, the speed.
So we've seen that even in the sophomore game that's finishing up right behind us right now. It's going to be a fast one tonight. Good luck, Corey. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kyle.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Let's make back-to-school season this year easier for you and your whole family. Customize a scene on your Forest Security app to ensure as you leave for the day that your doors are locked, lights are off, garage door is closed, and your security system is on with the push of one button. When the kids get home, they can unlock the doors and turn off the alarm with their mobile app or door code. Plus, you can receive an instant notification with a video clip showing they are home safely. Relax in the evening with a movie night routine to ensure your alarm is set, lights turned down, and room temperature is comfortable. Call Forest today.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lawless Gymnasium, the old gym that Fenwick used to play. It's Friday night, and as Rebecca Black used to say, I can't wait for this weekend to end. And yesterday was Thursday, tomorrow is Saturday, today is Friday, and Fenwick plays De La Salle tonight.
Kyle, it might be negative temperatures and even lower wind chills outside, but my favorite coach in the world, my high school coach, Coach Higgs, always said, you know where it's always 72 degrees and sunny? In the basketball gymnasium. And here we are at Fenwick. Friday night action, 2 CCL blue teams. It's going to be a fun one.
Fenwick struggled in their last game on that Martin Luther King Jr. holiday game against the Shamrocks. Both teams are under 500, partner, and this is a big game for Fenwick to try to get closer to the 500 mark. They're struggling. Lost 3 in a row. For De La Salle, they have a losing record, just 7-13, but they've won 3 out of their last 5.
And these two teams are familiar foes. Fenwick offensively having some struggles, but the way they've won games this year is on the defensive end. Last season when they played these De La Salle Meteors, won by a score of 47-25. That loss on Monday you allude to St. Patrick, only scored 42 and a 57-42 losing effort. They want to get it done today. They're going to have to play another defensive-minded game, much like their state champion football team we got to see this fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy Thies and Jake Thies will be playing tonight. They were on that state championship team for the Fenwick Friars. Raphael Stewart, the wide receiver on that team, as well as Jimmy Watts, played some wide receiver for Fenwick during that championship run. For Fenwick, they got to do a lot better job of shooting from the perimeter. They were under 20% from 3 in that loss to the Shamrocks.
We were there on Monday when they lost to those Shamrocks. They feel like they got good looks at times, but they really did struggle to find some sort of offensive rhythm, whether St. Patrick's was matched up with them in the man. They were treated to more of a 2-1-2 zone with Omar Ayanovic, who had a 23-point double-double that day. So we see some struggles defending the big men. Not sure if De La Salle has that type of threat on their roster. But either way, for the Meteors, they've won 3 out of the last 5. They had a blowout win over Providence Catholic a week and a half ago. They're feeling good, and they're playing even better.
What are your thoughts for this game? I think Fenwick can pull off the victory, but if De La Salle gets out to an early lead, we saw in the sophomore game just before this one, get ahead, stay ahead, kid, and that's what De La Salle did, the sophomores did, and Fenwick, you got to learn from your sophomore team. They didn't do that, and hopefully for Fenwick, they can get into a lead and get into a little bit of a comfort zone.
A lot of things going Fenwick's way tonight here in their home gym in Oak Park. They got the 1974-75 Miracle team back in the day back to celebrate their accomplishments. But for De La Salle, they have guys, needless to say. Lucas Johnson when they were down in Florida playing in a tournament down there against a Georgia high school, 26 points on 15 shots. Steven Dixon in that same tournament had 22 points coming off the bench. So not only do they have multiple athletes that Fenwick's going to need those football state champions to guard, but they got athletes on the bench coming in, could cause some trouble early on in this one, as you alluded to.
I think Fenwick 51, De La Salle 44. What say you?
I do think whatever it is going to be a low-scoring affair, not necessarily because these teams don't have potent offenses, but we've seen a lot of the wins have been grit and grind wins that they get because of their defensive prowess. I'll say Fenwick wins a close one, maybe backed by the power of an extra amount of their alumni in the building.
It's really cool, right, playing basketball in an old-school gymnasium like this one. I'm excited for the halftime show. Members of that 74-75 team getting to the sectional championship game. And that does it for our pregame festivities. National anthem and public address announcements coming up next. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Diedrich. You're watching Fenwick Friar basketball here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including
That rendition of the national anthem doesn't get you pumped up for high school basketball, nothing will. De La Salle, the Meteors in the yellow. They look like an actual meteor hitting the earth in those uniforms. Gotta love them. Fenwick in their white and black home jerseys. De La Salle, the underdog in this one, but don't count them out. 3 of their last 5 they've won. Fenwick, they've struggled, and by the way, partner, all 3 of those losses were by double digits.
Coming in, losing 3 games is not what you want to play as conference opponent. Meanwhile, De La Salle's won 3 of the last 5, including that big win over Providence Catholic we said before. So we're going to meet these starters from the Fenwick Friars. Fenwick hasn't won a game since January 10th, where they handled Romeoville 61-54. Since then, they haven't scored above 45 points in a single game. This is the second game of a 4-game homestand that they're going to experience. They really need to pick up a win in the CCL Blue action if they want to get back in the swing of things come playoff time.
Watch out for Corey Griffin. We had him in the pregame show. Tommy Gilbert had that interview. Freshman, he got a lot of minutes when Tommy Thies, Raphael Stewart, and Jake Thies were not playing due to football commitments. Jake Thies starting tonight, number 44. as well as number 4, Jimmy Watts, his wide receiver teammate. We'll see if that chemistry is also there right here on the front court. Meanwhile, the tip-off coming up, and it's going to be 22 with De La Salle to take it, which is Caleb Henry. And for Fenwick, it'll probably be Garrett McNally, the 6'5" center. He took the tip-off on Monday against St. Patrick.
You see the senior trio for De La Salle of Carlos Cuevo, Remy Edwards, and Lucas Johnson all getting the start tonight. That's going to be big, as these are guys that experienced a lot in their times. This senior trio, grit, toughness, whatever word you want to put to it, they're going to be a lot for Fenwick to handle. But De La Salle, without a player over 6 feet 4 inches tall, maybe we see Fenwick's big man answer after that struggle they had on Monday.
Tip off, it's going to be won by the Meteors. And here comes De La Salle, led by 5 in Rayvon Nelson. Meanwhile, Nelson has it. He'll swing it out to the top of the key. 3-point shot. You bet. Bryce Frazier knocks it down. And an early 3-0 lead for De La Salle.
You said it before, Kyle. De La Salle gets a couple shots early, can get into their press after a set piece. Could spell trouble for the Friars.
Almost traveled, but great job that time. 55 and Tommy Thies. Meanwhile, his brother Jake swings it out to McNally. As now with it was Van Glukayat. And was in the paint. Thies, he got blocked. Here come the Meteors.
Excellent back torque up by Thies. Good help defense from the Meteors. Let's see if they pay it off.
Another 3-point shot. You bet. And it's nailed by 30 and Davis. How about that? 2 shots from the perimeter, and it's already a 6-0 lead. Lucas Johnson, I apologize. I had the sophomore roster.
De La Salle already diving for these, forcing more than one turnover already. They have a 6-0 lead. And now head coach of the Meteors, Gary DeCesare, is going to call it a set piece. Nearly stolen back by Fenwick, however.
Yeah, almost stealing it was Jimmy Watts. So Carlos Cueva with the 3 and Lucas Johnson with the other 3. And obviously not the start that Fenwick wanted.
We saw a very similar start in their matchup against St. Patrick's on Monday. Only 1 made field goal in the first 10 minutes of action. Fenwick plays great defense, but so far, disastrous start for the home Friars.
Swinging out to the right. As with it now is Dixon. Out to the right again, Cueva, you bet. Cueva makes it 9-0. Timeout, David Ferguson. We'll take a timeout as well. All Meteors early on here at the Lawless Gymnasium.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Whoa! More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Rid of that. Kyle Smith alongside Andrew Dietrich. You saw the 3-point motion graphic, and that's because there's been a lot of 3-pointers, all of them hit by De La Salle. Meanwhile, Fenwick mid-range jumper, no good. Off the side of the rim, here comes De La Salle. They're going to push. And nice read by Watts, able to knock that ball out, but De La Salle remains in possession.
You saw immediately after grabbing that rebound, batting it out, De La Salle was off and running. Fenwick didn't have a chance to set up their defense. Credit to Tommy Thies for getting a hand in and deflecting that ball out of bounds. But so far, De La Salle imposing their will not only on the boards, but in transition as well.
Able to get that ball in. Nice pump fake. As Johnson was on that ball fake. 3-pointer from Dixon. How about that? They're red hot from deep. 12-0 lead.
These off-ball screens are ruining the Fenwick defense right now. Easy pickings for De La Salle, and they keep up the defensive pressure, try and force another turnover.
Thies will swing it back to the freshman in Griffin. And look, you don't need to panic. Stolen away by the Meteors. Did he travel? He did. Kind of in no man's land there, partner. Really hard to call a timeout when you get the steal like that. He was off balance when he stole it.
And that's hard to be upset if you're Coach Gary DeCesare of the Meteors. Hard to be upset at a turnover you got after forcing a turnover. You see Steven Dixon, the one who almost gave up that steal, clapping his hands, getting low, getting into the grasp of Jake Thies. We got a defensive showdown, and this time it's De La Salle taking it to him.
If he stole it and he dove on his front end, he probably had enough time to call the timeout, but he didn't have enough time, and he traveled. Turnaround shot, no good. Ferguson might have to call another timeout shortly. 4 timeouts remain for Fenwick. No shot clock. You can still have it, but both teams have to agree to it. Next year, you don't have a choice. We have a shot clock next year in Illinois high school basketball. Such a cool gym. Reminds me of Hoosiers. Everybody's so low to the ground. On the low block. Might have been basket interference. Did they call a foul or basket interference?
Looks like that's going to be basket interference. I don't see the referee gesturing to the scorer's table that there was a foul. So Remy Edwards, 6'4", obviously quite athletic. Rare you get one of those calls in high school, but Edwards showing his prowess early.
Yeah, they are definitely struggling right now. Fenwick is offensively, have not scored yet. Open triple in the corner, no. Kind of the story we saw on Monday against St. Patrick. They're ice cold from the perimeter.
And if you're Coach Ferguson of Fenwick, you're not going to be upset at that shot. But again, can't hit these open looks that you're giving yourself, but luckily able to force a backcourt violation. Fenwick's get another crack at it.
Last one to touch it for De La Salle, Remy Edwards, the senior. They've got 4 seniors on this team. How about this? One of the guys from St. Edwards, most of them from Chicago except for Shaden Harvey is from Richton Park. And still scoreless, partner, 4:40 to go in the first quarter.
Credit to this man defense that De La Salle is bringing to Fenwick right now. Fenwick trying to similar offense that De La Salle's doing with these off-ball screens, not finding any room on the perimeter or inside.
Got his defender up in the air. And Griffin going to the line for 2. That was a savvy move by the young kid. Drove to the basket, got his defender up in the air, and he draws the foul. First report coming up from Stephen Taylor. Stephen, it's all Meteors right now, and Fenwick hasn't scored yet.
Yes, De La Salle has been known from being deadly beyond the arc. They have hit 4 so far tonight, but that 12-0 run was a great start to the game. I talked to Gary DeCesar, the head coach for De La Salle, before the game. He said, take care of the ball and keep it simple. So far, they've done just that.
KISS, right? It's everybody's favorite band, and in basketball, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Thanks so much, Steven. 12-2 the score. Are you a KISS fan, Andrew?
Hard not to be. Those guys rock, man.
I want to rock and roll all night. Shot no good. Thies picks it up. He might take it himself. One-on-one the other way. Drives in. And heads up move that time by Thies. Only way you're able to defend that play, partner, is going straight up. If you just backtrack like that, easy blocking call against the defender.
Credit to Lucas Johnson, the 6'2 guard, for standing in there and taking that hit. That's just not anybody on Fenwick. That's junior Jake Thies, who's going to be playing football at the next level. Let's see if he knocks down a pair of free throws, cut the deficit. Not quite.
Yeah, foul on the play. Yeah, the only way you're going to defend that, partner, is to go straight up when you're backtracking that like that. Easy for the attacker and Thies to attack and draw the foul.
Looked like a lot of contact up top, but you're right. Defender was not set.
Good arc that time by Thies. Nails the free throw. They still trail by a lot. 12-3 the score. All of their points have been at the free throw line. All of De La Salle's points have been from downtown. 4 triples. They swing it outright. Drive it into the basket. To the cup. Yes! Excellent drive by Steven Dixon, the sophomore that he was homeschooled growing up.
That was a name we mentioned earlier. Got open on the flare screen, but Fenwick's going to make a pay on the other end. Missed opportunity from the Friars back the other way.
Caleb Henry on the block. They're going to push. In transition, no. Thies on the board. He swings it out to his brother. Jake drives. Jake to the cup. And it was not under control, but they're going to say it was all ball, and Jake Thies was the last one to touch it.
Perhaps learning from the last drive down the court where Jake Thies was taking the ball into the cup. Steven Dixon, he's only a sophomore, stands at 5'9", stood in there, played the defense that he needed to. I've been thoroughly impressed with Dixon's stuff. Remember, he came off the bench earlier this year to the tune of 22 points.
Very surprising. If there was going to be a double-digit lead, I thought it was going to be Fenwick, but De La Salle, the road team, coming from 35th Street, they are dominating right now. Double teamed on the low block, no look pass. Good looking pass. Problem is, teammate didn't touch it.
Fenwick applying some more pressure in this man-to-man. We saw them run a lot of zone on Monday against St. Patrick. Maybe that's Coach Ferguson trying to fire up his team, make it easier for them to rebound and fight hard in the trenches.
Inbounds play coming up off the baseline. Bounce pass. And De La Salle was lucky to keep it. Harvey will drive. He's at the free throw line. Drops it off to Edwards. That shot, he was fouled. And he'll go to the charity stripe for 2 freebies.
Heading to the line there, Remy Edwards. That is their center. He stands at 6'4", which isn't all that big for a center in the state of Illinois. The issue is, if he's going to take those shots 15, 16 feet out, close to the three-point line, and space the floor like that, it's going to be a long night for Rivers Gardner.
So you said Henry is the center, which means, Henry's 6'6" and Edwards 6'4". So Edwards their center. So they like to use the taller guy, Henry, at the power forward spot. You said Edwards was the center, right? Or Henry?
Correct, yeah. He stands, he's got a wider frame, weighs a little bit more, and is really good in there to get those rebounds and out moving in transition, which is a big reason why the Meteors find themselves with a 12-point lead.
Have not trailed all day. Started with a triple, went on a 12-0 run to start it. They still lead by 12. Pass out to the right. Good defense from Dixon as he guards Griffin. Double teamed is Griffin. Bad pass, read well by the Meteors.
Just very little backside movement on offense for Fenwick. That's not a way you're going to beat a zone defense.
Yeah, they were having trouble attacking the baseline in the middle against St. Patrick. Baseline drive, fouled on the play. Griffin as well as Watts were there, and both teams are going to bring in subs. For the Friars, it's going to be Michael McMahon. Fenwick opting for size here. I don't blame them. That's just not working with perimeter shooting. Maybe they can get something on the low block, get some offensive boards, get some easy baskets. McMahon on the contest. Trying to knock that ball out, and they do. Last one to have it was Wofford. And a foul on the play. Both teams doing a good job avoiding foul trouble. That's now 3 fouls committed by De La Salle. So 3 fouls committed by De La Salle, 2 for Fenwick.
Get some chippiness early, a nice little sequence for Fenwick. However, they still can't find a way to get a ball in the basket. 0 field goals thus far, exactly like we saw on Monday against St. Patrick. Didn't hit their first field goal until 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Shot no good off the back iron. And it's just not a friendly first quarter shooting the basketball for the Friars. And it's going to be a foul away from the play. Are they going to call a moving screen there, Andy?
I believe they called a push-off on the ball handler there, Jaden Harvey. Maybe got a little too aggressive with trying to draw space in the open court.
Still got a lot of basketball left, but because there's no shot clock, every possession is so meaningful because you don't know how many more you're going to have. 3-point shot, good screen. It's just not there right now. Got to get better in practice with shooting. 3-point shot, nope. Griffin snags the board. Past the timeline. He was guarded closely that time by Henry. Shot no good. And now here come the Meteors. Leading the charge is Harvey. Swinging out right to Cueva. Open triple, and it's going to be a travel as Harvey moved his pivot foot.
Surprised he didn't pull that one the way the Meteors are shooting from the outside right now. Hard to blame them, though. They got Fenwick in a bit of a scramble after they had the man disadvantage coming back down. But with a minute left in this first quarter, even with a couple turnovers on consecutive possessions, the Meteors are still cruising right now.
Four fouls committed by the Meteors, just 2 for the Friars. Double team, thought about it, and then they sag off on Thies. Trying to find McMahon. Open triple in the corner, you bet! Ryan Murray with the triple, and the fan section comes alive.
That's exactly what you need to do in a zone defense when you're playing it on offense. Get it to the middle, reverse the court, find someone in either the short corner or the corner to knock it down. First good looking shot from Fenwick.
Bounce pass to the top of the key, switching to his left. Open three-pointer, air ball. Able to box out well, and it was a good board by Johnson. Out to Cueva, to the baseline, double team, shot no good. Johnson couldn't get it to go. Here comes Thies, lost it. Right on target with the pass and finishing with the left-handed layup, Greenberg. Frankie Greenberg makes it 17-6. Double team with a full court press. And it was last touch by Greenberg. And the Meteors are finding every different way to score right now.
Stout defensive pressure for De La Salle. This is exactly what they want to do to establish this lead early. And as for Fenwick, the most debilitating type of turnovers are ones in the backcourt, because they turn into points for the other team real quickly.
Full court press. Can they get the shot off? Half court heave. No good. 17-6. We'll take a quick break. It's all Meteors thus far here on SBS.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Second quarter of action. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Andy Diedrich. 8-minute quarters. And partner for Fenwick, they got to find a way to break through that full court press. De La Salle was giving them all kinds of fits at the end of that first quarter.
Turnovers are what kills a team, regardless of level, when you're playing the sport of basketball. Committing them in the backcourt with this unreal defensive pressure we're seeing from the Meteors. Maybe a start that we didn't expect from De La Salle. It's not boding well for Fenwick, even when they get in the half-court offense, not really setting each other up to get open in this zone the Meteors are running. They switch back between zone and man, but are finding success in both.
Inside to Thies, switches to the left. And the Meteors just very tough defensively. Thies thought he had an open layup, waited too long, just a tad bit late, and the Meteors were able to get back on defense.
The presence of Remy Edwards down there has been huge for the Meteors. We said he's their center despite not being their tallest player. Stands at 6'4", 230. Impressive interior defense and that rebound the other end.
Swinging out to the corner. Partner, how do they attack this full court press of the Meteors?
A lot of coaches will tell you that it's simple, and it really is. Of course, depending on how tenacious the defense is, and we see great defense there from Remy Edwards on a mismatch, guarding a much smaller man. They get the switch back. You need to be able to center the ball and reverse it. Once you get a couple passes going and get it into the front court, you can have the man advantage. 3-on-2, get you some good action at the hoop. Right now, Fenwick content with just getting this ball out 30 feet from the basket. It looks like they just threw it away.
Now, you would have to have a lot of guts as a ref. Now, the problem is we don't know if that's a Fenwick fan or a De La Salle fan, but Andy, I bring that up. The fan touched the ball before it got to the sideline. It was still in the air when he touched it. It hadn't hit the sideline yet.
Maybe some collusion here at Fenwick High School. I kid, of course.
But who would you call the technical foul on if you don't know whose fan it is?
Double technical for the love of the game. I'm actually not sure. That's a great hypothetical. I'm not going to lie.
Because usually, like when you're at the United Center, most people have Bulls gear on. So, for example, if Vucevic was trying to pass it to one of his teammates and the teammate doesn't touch it, a Bulls fan wearing Bulls gear would try to grab it. So you would call it technical on the Bulls, or at least a warning or something.
It could have been me courtside in my Cavs gear for all you know.
One of the reasons we don't have these low gymnasiums anymore. You want the fans away from the action so that doesn't happen.
It's quite the intimate feeling here in the Lawless Gym at Fenwick. Love having everybody here for it.
If you haven't seen Hoosiers yet, you got to see it. Probably the greatest basketball movie, if not one of the best movies ever made.
Big week for the Hoosiers, in fact.
The football team, too.
Who would have thought?
Foul on the play. Fouls reset, so now it's one foul for De La Salle. We used to do halves, but now we do quarters. We used to do 20-minute halves, now we do 8-minute quarters like we do for girls basketball. from way downtown. No good. Doesn't fall for Murray. Ryan Murray hit one in the first quarter. No dice thus far in the second one. And the Friars will bring in somebody off the bench. It was a foul by Wofford, and they will go to the bench. Jimmy Watts entering.
Fenwick looking for some sort of spark plug here. You see they have Garrett McNally standing at 6'5" in there in the center of the zone that they're running, trying to get him involved on offense because, again, De La Salle doesn't have that many guys that are super tall. Their tallest guy is 6'4". McNally stands at 6'5". His teammate McMahon at 6'7". They get a steal there. McNally's going to run a transition.
Nice drive and excellent drive to the basket by Daylon Wofford.
Another one of the super sophomores of this Friar team. As much experience they have, they're really led by these young athletes, many of which also are on that state champion football team. Wofford getting it done at the other end.
Shot no good. This time from way downtown, in and out. McNally would have been the last one to touch it, but Greenberg gets it at the corner. Now they swing it out to Dixon. Double team comes. Mid-range jumper. And it goes through.
So smooth getting there to the short corner and hitting his shot where he knows best. Steven Dixon got that chance off an offensive rebound and made the Friars pay.
Wofford trying to go coast to coast with it. And getting into the play late was Henry. Excellent drive that time by Williams. Williams is 2, Wofford is 1. And they're going to need Williams if they're going to win this game. He's one of their better scorers along with Griffin.
And we saw him do a great job on Monday when Fenwick's offense started to pick up, and they made it somewhat of a close game against the Shamrocks. Here in his pink shoes, hoping to light it up like his coach once did at St. Louis University.
Driving in. Draws the foul. Are they going to call continuation? Watts for now has the basket. And they're going to say the hoop and the harm. The old-fashioned three-point play.
If the team offense isn't generating quite well, make some offense yourself. Jimmy Watts with a strong move to the hoop, using the offhand on that right side to get it done.
Stephen Taylor, he's going to give us a report a minute from now. 19-10 the score. Still that score as he misses the free throw. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Greenberg, you bet.
Cueva's done nothing but run back and forth behind the arc all night. Sometimes he gets there with a screen. That time, just finding the right spot and showing some defensive pressure. But Carlos Cueva wears number 3, and that's what he's been hitting tonight.
Well, you know what they say, partner. Rachel Nichols said it best. It's a make or miss league. Eventually, right, law of probability says the Meteor is going to miss some of these shots. So if you're Fenwick, keep being good on defense, contest these 3. Eventually, they're not going to fall and play your game. But, yeah, Fenwick's going to have to make some shots from the perimeter as well.
It's only a 12-point game. That's a matter of 1 or 2 good runs, and the Friars' favor gets them back into it.
Griffin thought about it. Good job not shooting, Andy. That would have been a tough shot.
Let's see what Fenwick sets up on offense here after orders barked out from head coach David Ferguson. Good job on the hedge there from the defense of the Meteors.
Shot clock, that shot clock probably would have rung there, but inside. And they just couldn't get it to McMahon. Here come the Meteors. Another report coming up from Stephen Taylor. Once again, all Meteors 22-10.
After the first period, I heard from Coach Gary DeCesar that he just wants to keep playing and keep up the defense. They had the full advantage in the first quarter, just keeping them shut down on defense. And you can tell it's been a very defensive game. A lot of shots from beyond the arc, including a couple stunners from Carlos Cueva. It's some old school Duke basketball 05-06 era, some J.J. Redick stuff. But you know what they say, shooters shoot, and what else they say? Live by the 3 and die by the 3.
It's a make or miss league, and right now they're making them. Thanks so much, Stephen. As for Fenwick, they're missing them. One of the reasons they trail by double digits. Driving in, that's all ball, by the way. Jump ball called. Interesting call, Andy. Do you agree? I thought it was just a standard block.
depends how long that ball's locked up in the air. Normally, if it's any longer than what we just saw, that's where it was a jump ball. You can kind of argue either way. Either way, I am super impressed by the perimeter defense from Steven Dixon, who's bringing the ball up right now.
Yeah, it looked like he might have palmed it for that split second, which caused the jump ball. Three-point shot! Drano drains it from downtown. Jaden Harvey. It's all guard play tonight for the Meteors. Last touch by the Friars. Attempted pass to Thies. And the 6'1" guard couldn't get it. And how about that? The Meteors could go up by as many as 20 entering halftime.
Legendary coach Shaka Smart calls that a kill. You get a made shot on the one end, a turnover on the other, and they'll get another bucket here to finish that off. Just so demeaning to the team you're going up against if you get one of those kills. However, Fenwick ball.
Second time that lucky fan has gotten a souvenir right in the front row.
I believe that's the members of that 74-75 team we're going to celebrate at halftime.
Maybe he can still play.
Knowing David Ferguson, he's going to use all assets of the roster that he's legally allowed to do.
What is De La Salle doing offensively that Fenwick isn't, besides, of course, the three-point shooting?
It goes beyond just making shots. They're the ones pushing the pace. They're the ones getting second chance opportunities from offensive rebounding, despite Fenwick on paper having the size advantage in this matchup. I think the turnovers they're forcing on defense also just mentally are giving them an edge on the offensive side. Their aggression is double that of what we've seen of the Friars.
This triple, no. It was attempted by Wofford, unsuccessful. But you know what, partner? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Caleb Williams, if we want to make the analogy to football, not so good with the accuracy in the first half. Fourth quarter time, fourth quarter Caleb. Can we see some fourth quarter Friars?
I think that's one thing everybody in here can agree on is they wanted to see some Caleb Williams out of whatever team they're rooting for. We say De La Salle with this lead, taking their time on offense. Now Fenwick will come up and pressure. The defense delivered there from Keontae Williams.
Yeah, don't need to rush. I'd still like to get at least two possessions. If I'm De La Salle, I'd like to get it to a 20-point lead and put any kind of chances of a comeback out of the thinking of the Friars. Meanwhile, losing the ball is Fenwick somehow getting it back. It was an excellent play by McMahon. Three-point shot, story of the game. 0 for the next century in terms of shooting between tonight and Friday. Timeout De La Salle will take a timeout as well. It's all Meteors here on Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
.126 to go in the second quarter. The Meteors are shooting 40% from three. Fenwick, 0.
6 made threes in the first half alone is a good recipe to win at this level especially. De La Salle imposing their will on offense. It's a good consequence of why you can have so many different ball handlers. Look at there, the 6'4" center there. That was Edwards there with a nice shot. And again, De La Salle coming up big on offense. Whether they're making the three ball or not, they're finding space inside.
Finding Watts. De La Salle showed a full court press. Now they're pressing at the timeline. Open triple. No. But part of their open shots, they're just not falling for the Friars.
Deja vu from Monday. We've referenced that game a bunch of times now, but we're really seeing much of the same performance from the Friars in terms of shooting abilities. Not that they can't shoot the ball. We've seen this team score upwards of 60, 70 points this season, but this last stretch of games for them has been difficult for them to find that cup in the bottom of the hoop.
You know, Yogi Berra once said about baseball, 90% of baseball is 50% mental. And I think that's starting to happen right now. Basketball for the Friars. They lost 3 coming in. Losing is contagious. And I think that losing mindset is starting to seep into the minds of these Friar players. As that shot is good, layup is good. when you keep losing and when things start to not fall your way, I think you start to doubt yourself a little bit, and more frustration happens for these Fenwick players.
And I think you saw it in that last possession there with Fenwick. Of course, great coach in David Ferguson to lead this team, a very well-coached team, but as they're going to commit a foul right there, down on the other end, just a complete lack of help defense after that ball got to the inside block. Only one man on him, despite the ball being a foot from the hoop.
Now, Fenwick is arguing that 25 led with his elbow. 25, of course, is Chaden Harvey. The whistle was already blown. Could you make the argument, Andy, that he led with the elbow, so it should be an offsetting fouls there?
I think the referees made the right call there. I don't think this game's getting too out of hand where you might have to step in and do that. But De La Salle looking to hold this one for the last shot and potentially, like you said, Kyle, stretch that lead to over 20 points.
Even if he led with his elbow, it wasn't a technical foul either. De La Salle is going to hold for the last shot. Up by 19. This time a push-off by Chaden Harvey. And Fenwick will have enough time to push it for the final shot of the half.
Some call that the Jordan push-off. It depends if you're a Chicago Bulls fan or Utah Jazz fan. But you'll see that a lot in today's game. Players getting all the space they can from the athletes, phenomenal athletes that are guarding them. Bit too egregious on that for Harvey.
Look at this, the baseball pass, and either Watts dropped it or it was last touched by De La Salle. Let's see what the call is. They're going to say that Watts dropped it.
Been that type of night for Fenwick. Great scheme there and improvisation from the Friars and David Ferguson, who I think called that one out of the out of bounds, but De La Salle's just going to hold this one. We're going to head to the second half.
We'll take a 5-minute break. Halftime festivities coming up next. We're going to show it on camera. It's the 74-75 team, but a 5-minute break for me and Andy. 29-10 in favor of the Meteors.
It is especially great and appropriate to be in the Laurels Gymnasium, where Fenwick played every home game for 70 years. Some of you may remember this floor was a parquet wooden floor, and it was jet black with various dribbling dead spots. You can ask these guys where those were later. The balcony would be filled with Dominican priests who walked over. They actually lived next to Thank you. Before we start the second half, I'm proud to ask my friends and co-chair of this reunion to say a few words. Keep it short, Neil. Neil, raise the hand first. He'll pass the microphone over to Moon Mullins, and then Moon will ask our athletic director, Scott Thies, to close the program.
It's great seeing all my teammates. I'm glad they're here. I would say that I appreciate it because we all came in every day for I don't know how many years to make our team better. It meant something to be on the team. It meant something to represent your school. I know we're all things are a little different today with AAU and NIL, but we built some really good, strong relationships. And when I talk to my friends in the college, all of those players don't have the same kind of experience. So I want to say thank you all. You all contributed to help us to be one of the best teams, and I'm awfully grateful. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Mike Mullins, and I'm grateful to have been allowed to go to Fenwick High School. I want to thank all my teammates, some I've seen recently, and some I haven't seen for years. I want to thank Leo, the school, team, coach for allowing us to do this at halftime. Scott Thies for getting all this together. Okay. And on behalf of my teammates, basketball was great. We beat a lot of really people who played the best teams in the state. We played the best team in the state. Won a whole lot more than lost. I came here because of the school, and I stayed here because of the people. And every one of these guys behind me know that Carpenter, to Neil Bresnahan, that person, Mr. Geller, for your daughters to come here and to have a coach like that, and to have memories of being led by a man like that, it's life-changing. Fenwick changed my life. These gentlemen changed my life. That Geller changed my life. Thank you.
So the first thing I'm wondering is if Mike and Neil have any eligibility left. I want to thank De La Salle, Tom Sherman, the president, Tom White, their athletic director, Mary DeCesar, for agreeing to play this game at the Long's Gymnasium. Leo Matz, thank you for spearheading this effort to recognize a great team of former Friars. Coach Calvin's family, it's a special night for you to be here tonight to recognize and celebrate with us the 1974-75 basketball team. And talking to Leo over the last few weeks, it is super clear in such a Fenwick way that your Fenwick experience on the basketball court and your 4 years at Fenwick provided lifelong memories, lifelong lessons, and lifelong relationships. Your legacy lives on in the Fenwick community, in the basketball program, and the bonds you continue to share 50 years later. Thank you for allowing us to celebrate you tonight. Let's give one more round of applause for the 1974-75 Fenwick basketball team.
Well, that was awesome, partner. They've been around since 1974-75, honoring their comrades that played on that team. Some of them no longer with us. And really cool stuff. You see the photo that's being taken right at center court with some of the current players. And I was wondering why the game was in the gymnasium, and it's really cool that the Fenwick Sports Information Department did not tell me why. I think it just makes it better, right? It's like a mystery novel. You don't want to know until the end, and that's what tonight was. This is really cool. One guy, he's got like the caddy hat on. He's got these, a lot of swag.
Those fellas look good, that's for sure. I mean, being in high school back in 1974-75, that's when this team we see in front of us was playing. It was Fenwick's first year in the IHSA. They were playing with OPRF before that. They made it all the way to the sectional final. They had this nail-biting win over the number 3 team in the state, Lyons Township. They went 21-9 that year. Their head coach, Ed Galvin, even made it to here today. And back then, right when Fenwick and Oak Park split into Fenwick and OPRF, get this, had about 5,000 fans packing this gym that we're in right now, lined out the door to try and get in. I almost don't even believe that.
Seems like that'd be a fire hazard, but I guess we didn't care about fire hazards back then.
They just cared about ball, Kyle. Who doesn't want to care about ball?
Real quickly, so on Twitter there's this thing, like if you make a comment about a football or a basketball player, especially football, even if it's right, somebody will respond to you on Twitter, X, and they'll say, you don't know ball. Do you agree with that, or do you think that's like kind of bush league?
I mean, I think if you know ball, you know ball. If you don't know ball, you don't know ball.
Well, sometimes there's literally stats that you'll talk about in a Twitter post or reply, and people are like, you don't know ball. I'm literally not lying. This isn't conspiracy. These are literally Caleb Williams or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander splits.
I think stats usually tell the story. They always say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I'm a big stats guy myself.
Right.
And as for this game right now, De La Salle's got a lot of stats that they like. 29-10, they're up going into the second half.
Took an early 12-0 lead. All 12 points via the triple. 4 3-pointers, and they haven't looked back. Look, this game is far from over, but the problem is no shot clock, so Fenwick has to maximize every possession. They got to turn their defense into offense. Hopefully get a steal. Maybe it leads to a breakaway layup the other way or a 2-on-1 in transition bucket. They got to find ways to put the pressure on De La Salle. Hopefully De La Salle can panic a little bit. Fenwick's probably going to go into a full court press in the second half and see if De La Salle can manage that.
I mean, you have to try something. De La Salle is having their way on offense, whether they're getting the ball off a miss, running out in transition, finding a way to get it inside on this Fenwick defense, playing inside out, finding those open three-pointers. And if you're Fenwick, something's got to give. I mean, offensively, we saw them, they were able to stop the bleeding in that St. Patrick's matchup by at least getting the ball inside, drawing some fouls, and knocking down shots at the free throw line. Tonight, they only got 3 made field goals in the first half and aren't really getting to the free throw line nor knocking down those foul shots as well as they were on Monday. So they don't fix something soon. I think pounding the ball inside is going to help. They don't find a way to remedy that, though. It's going to be a long second half.
So, Andy, with no shot clock, if you're De La Salle, do you want to start playing the math game? Meaning, all right, 4 passes before shot, 5 passes before shot. We want to run at least 20 to 30 seconds before we shoot.
Honestly, if you go out, play your same style offense, and it continues to bear fruits early, I don't see a reason to change it. You don't want to get too conservative in your game plan where your guys get a little lackadaisical. They start maybe making some passes they shouldn't make, committing some turnovers that are kind of silly, giving Fenwick a chance to get back in the game. Go out there, push the pace. And if it continues to reward you and you continue to grow this lead, keep doing that. Maybe as the game goes on, you want to, be more of gamesmanship. Okay, there's only X amount of minutes left. Let's make those passes. Let's take more time off the clock. But for right now, the Meteors should bear their namesake and just keep crashing down on the Friars.
The old cliche is play to win, not to lose. But for De La Salle, with no shot clock, when does it become an X's and O thing where you want to run some clock and force Fenwick to press on offense?
It's kind of a weird juxtaposition for this De La Salle team. Their head coach, Gary DeCesar, says that they want to, quote, play like meteors with speed and pace, play with a fire that refuses to fade. It's kind of hard to preach that. Also, at the same time, take the brakes off and restrict this team from doing what we've seen in the first half. But at the same time, if you're having your way with Fenwick, continue to push this lead up to get some more guys experience and maybe just lengthen your bench a little bit, get those guys the reps that they do to contribute at the end of the season. I don't see a reason why they should take the foot off the gas pedal.
And we're going to see how it works out for De La Salle. The way they were shooting in the first half, I don't know if Fenwick has enough with their perimeter shooting. Other problem is because that they honored these guys at halftime, they weren't able to do a shoot-around in the other gym for those 5 minutes. Does that impact them at all? Where they weren't in the locker room to talk about it, or because they're on a 3-game losing streak going into this one, that doesn't really matter at all. They just need to play basketball and just try to fight themselves through this losing streak.
Yeah, and if you're head coach David Ferguson, you're not going in the locker room and telling your guys that it's okay to lose this one. But in the back of your mind, if you could string together a couple solid possessions on both sides of the court and just have some sort of positive momentum going forward as they continue to play, just this absolute gauntlet of a schedule that they have in the Catholic League Blue Conference. They've already played Class 3A state champion DePaul Prep. They played the runner-up last year, Brother Rice, Mount Carmel. You add in Loyola and St. Ignatius. Every night's a fight in this conference. And if you can get some sort of positive momentum trucking forward as we head to the home stretch of the season, that's going to be big for this team that's made up of so many young athletes that are hoping to contribute in the future.
Well, I said 51-44 Fenwick. What was your pregame prediction?
I said a close game. I was saying about 47-41 in favor of the Friars. But if things keep up, we're both going to be wrong, not only by the winners, but by the margin of victory of the game.
Yeah, right now 19-point lead for the Meteors, and the Friars looking for an answer. Will they get some help in terms of their three-point shooting and long twos? We'll find out. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll get into the third quarter of action. All Meteors thus far, 29-10, heading into the third quarter.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good. Third quarter about to start. With no shot clock, if you're Fenwick, do you rush some of your possessions a little bit to try to maximize your possessions and maybe get a couple more before this quarter ends?
You got to do what feels natural. Unfortunately, the De La Salle defense hasn't let Fenwick feel comfortable all evening. A lot of turnovers, rush shots. They have gotten a couple good looks at the perimeter, but just haven't knocked them down. Go back to what you're best at. Fenwick has succeeded when they're finding the way to get to the ball to their ball handlers and allowing them to use their skills to get by a defender, either go up with it or kick it out maybe for an open look just inside the three-point line.
De La Salle won the tip. I believe it alternates every quarter. There are some different rules between high school, college, and the NBA.
It does alternate every quarter.
Yeah, correct. So it should be De La Salle ball.
That's exactly what it's going to be. I mean, for the Meteors, what a story, you know.
Well, here we go. So
we were completely wrong. It's Fenwick.
So it's like football rules in basketball. Obviously, in football, if you win the coin flip and you receive, you don't get it in the second half. Kind of the same thing here.
There was a jump ball in the first half that maybe flipped the possession arrow, and that might be what we're seeing. And Fenwick said we wanted to avoid turnovers to start if we're the Fenwick Friars. A difficult start for them, that trickling off of McNally's hands.
Got 10 seconds to get past the timeline, and they get it past half court. Up by a lot of points. Greenberg again, air ball. Second time that's happened for him tonight. He did nail a triple, though, in the first half. And it's going to be last touch by the Meteors. One off the leg of Dixon, the only sophomore on this team. They've got 4 seniors, and they only have a 10-man rotation.
Fenwick showing a little more poise in breaking the press. Maybe feeling a little too confident. Offensive foul going against Wofford.
Tough call. Do you think he led with the forearm there, Andy? You got it on replay.
Yeah, we'll wait for it to come back around here on our second screen. I did see the arm movement. I think it was a bit too blatant to not be called, but I think if he was a little more discreet with it, there's like a good chance that would have been a play on.
Looked like he did lead with the forearm. In and out, rebounded by McNally. Thought about the 3 in transition. Excellent defense, putting a body on the offensive player in Watts. And now Wofford trying to get it to Thies, and does. Swings it out to the right as Von Glukiat, one of the best names in high school basketball. McNally, not really known for his offensive play, but he calls for it on the low block. Attacks. This time a 3, this time no good again. McNally trying to get the offensive board. No call there. Andy, what say you?
McNally showing some fight. I just think it was the physical nature of Remy Edwards, despite being shorter than him, has a huge frame and used that to his advantage. He's on the floor for this jump ball.
That was close, partner. I thought I saw a Fenwick player hit the body of 13 instead of the ball, which would have been a foul on the Friars. But they're going to call the jump ball.
Certainly some physical basketball here tonight in Oak Park, but I don't think either team is really protesting that right now. We're going to see a substitution early in the second half for Fenwick.
The other thing is, too, you always want to, especially if you're up by 19 points, you don't want to have any kind of doubt in the officials' minds, and you don't want the officials to start leaning towards Fenwick. You've got the lead. Why argue calls? 3-point shot is good, and there's that guy we talked about, Cueva, who knocked those 2 threes early in the first half.
Carlos Cueva finding open looks all over the perimeter. Fenwick's out-of-bounds defense has to be much better there, knowing his prowess beyond the arc.
Well, it's the celebration of the 74 team, and maybe after the game, the 74 team can show these players a thing or two about hitting the outside shot. Just not working right now for Fenwick. You have days like this. I think about Game 7. I was only 4 years old. You weren't even born yet. But John Starks in Game 7 shot 1 of 15. But he was one of their best players, and he just didn't have it that night. I think of that Game 7 for James Harden where he couldn't find it from three-point land against the Warriors, driving in. That shot no good. It was a contested layup. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't.
Unfortunately, Fenwick right now still not having that offensive juice we saw in the second half of Monday's matchup against St. Patrick. Still only with 10 points on the board. You talk about all of the different famous struggles from outside in NBA history, of course. You learn a lot about yourself and your team in moments like that. Fenwick going through a prolonged stretch of some bad shooting, not only beyond the arc, but just a lower output of scoring. They're going to learn a lot about this and come out strong and finish in the latter half of the season.
The mid-range, Jay, you bet, Dixon. So for Fenwick shooting, what can they work with on their arcs and their fundamentals as they go on later on in the season?
Maybe a push off there. Not called, and one is good though.
Layup is good. McMahon goes to the line for the three-point play. The big thing about that is it stops the clock. The clock really not Fenwick's friend without that shot clock in placement. Is there anything you can see when they're shooting the basketball why they're missing these shots?
For the most part, no. These are guys that have a lot of very good-looking fundamental forms, as you mentioned, and they're very well coached by David Ferguson, who played at the highest level Division I basketball for the St. Louis Billikens. It's really just been a matter of the shots that they're taking quality-wise really haven't been that bad. Sometimes the shots just don't fall, Kyle.
Are they a little bit hard when they're shooting it? Do they need a softer touch when they're releasing the ball?
You're seeing a lot of these shots go long, and I think that is forced by the aggressive defense from De La Salle. When you have a guy closing out on you full speed, you tend to rush it a little bit, put a little more oomph in it than you should, and it'll fall long and make it an easy defensive rebound.
Good contest, the floater. It's a tough shot. Tony Parker made it look so easy back in the day. Driving in, fouled on the play as Dixon goes to the free throw line. And Von Glukiat had no choice but to foul from behind to avoid an easy layup.
That's one thing that's setting apart the Meteors from Fenwick. It just seems they have multiple guys at a moment's notice that can be the guy on attack, the man with the ball in his hands that can just go towards the rim and cause the defense to collapse. Didn't make the shot there, Dixon did, but he's at the line.
Got to give credit to De La Salle. They could have quit when they went on that big losing streak early on in the season. But this is a different De La Salle team. They got 4 seniors. That's going to help them as we get closer to March Madness. Can they make a run? They shoot the basketball like they did tonight. They got a chance.
They keep playing with the speed, pace, forcing turnovers the way they are. You have to credit this De La Salle defense. We keep talking about the Fenwick offensive woes, but the Meteors have shown some defensive abilities.
When you can shoot the basketball, you can run teams out of the gym. I think of that Rockets team led by Hart and Chris Paul. Maybe not the most talented team of all time, but they led the NBA in wins because they could just shoot guys out of the gym.
Our reporter Stephen Taylor said it earlier, live by the 3, die by the 3. It's exactly what the Rockets did. A beautiful finish from Lucas Johnson inside.
And it's decision time soon for Coach Ferguson. Are they going to call a travel or a foul? Timeout by Ferguson. Will take a timeout as well. It's all Meteors here on SBS.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
Kyle Smith alongside Andy Diedrich. And Steve, our field reporter, has a report for us. Steve, what do you got for us?
So I spoke to head coach Dave Ferguson of Fenwick before the game. I asked him about the tough loss to St. Patrick on Monday and how you turn around. He says it's a quick turnaround. The Catholic League is the best league to play in, and you just got to be ready to play. As soon as the horn sounds, you have to get ready for the next game. So he's gotten ready for this next game, and now he wants to shift the focus. He wants to slow down the game. You can already see that right now they're trying to play at De La Salle's level, at their speed. But he's really just trying to slow down, keep control of the ball, and try and get a hold of this game.
Stephen, thank you so much. Our field reporter, Stephen Taylor, have at least one more report for us. That'll come in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, all Meteors right now leading 40-15. This is unprecedented. A good Fenwick team, but they did lose Nate Marshall, Dominic Decree, and a couple other players. And jump ball, possession arrow to the Meteors. And Andy, it gets to a point for Coach Ferguson. When has he seen enough, and when will he start putting in the bench warmers as they try to get ready for their next game?
It's an important consideration to make, but at the same time, you kind of want your starters, your key contributors in there as long as you can, just to try and get something going positive that you could bring into next week's games. But of course, they have a gauntlet of a schedule in the Chicago Catholic League Blue Conference. Whatever's happening right now, it's going to have to be a short memory type of loss for the Friars. They try to defend De La Salle, who continually is pushing the pace again.
They swing it out right to Edwards. Finding Cueva. Now driving in is Davis. They swing it out to the top of the key. It's a deep 3 off the back iron and rebounded by Williams as he finds Griffin. Griffin switching to his right, and it was swiped away by Davis. The pass, the finish, and it looked good. Lucas Johnson, hang a star on that. 42-15 now, Meteors.
Yet another turnover. Looks like they're going to force a fight after the whistle. We'll see which way the possession arrow is pointing.
We're going to go to the bench in Wofford. If Ferguson wants to wave the white flag and go to the bench, guys we haven't seen yet, Bobby Milder, Tommy Quinn, Colin good. They're going to go to Conrad Sperry. We saw sparingly in that game on Monday.
We made it almost through the third quarter without a bad joke from my counterpart, Kyle Smith. I kid, of course, but
not as bad as Fenwick's jump shooting.
Oh, be nice. They're just kids. They're going to get a chance to go to the line here, though, and I stand corrected. Traveling was called there. Good action from Wofford getting inside. Again, I thought that was the key to how they got back into the game a little bit and made it a competitive contest against St. Patrick on Monday.
Well, when you want to go on vacation, it's good to travel, but in basketball, it's not good.
Oh, Kyle.
What are we going to do with me? Trying to swipe at that ball, diving for it. As two Friars around one Meteor. We're going to call jump ball. Where will the possession arrow go? It goes towards the Meteors.
Even though Fenwick doesn't get the ball back here, the important thing in a game like this, when it's almost certain you're not going to pull out the victory, is just to do the little things right. You don't want to let a team out-hustle you at this point. If they continue to shoot as hot as they are, that's fine. But that was the freshman Corey Griffin getting on the ground, diving after that basketball, and showing his team they still have something in the tank.
You wonder if you want to make the analogy to the NBA. Think of that Clippers team this season is fouled on the play, 2 free throws coming up, and it's going to be Edwards again. But look, the Clippers with all that talent, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Zubats at center, and they were 6-21 to start this year. Now they're 20-24. You look at this De La Salle team, from what they were to now where they are, assuming they win tonight, that's 4 wins out of their last 6. Now that's a lot different than a 14-3 run. But you can kind of see the similarities a little bit, the way they're shooting the basketball.
Sometimes good teams start the season bad. The Miami Heat, in the first game of their big 3, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, scored 9 points in the first quarter and lost their first game with that coveted big 3.
They started the year 9-8. Still a lot better than 6-21, but easy layup. Yes. Good job that time by Wofford attacking the cup. Now they need to just go on a 20-0 run, and they'll be back in it.
Anything is possible in these Friday night arena lights.
Now it's a travel partner, but did somebody knock into his shoe before he fell to the ground? Well, when you're up by so many points, sometimes the official doesn't give you the benefit of the doubt.
Gary DeCesar looked incensed, but I think it was at his player for traveling and not at the call. I think he was wondering why he was driving with such reckless abandon.
Well, nothing good happens when you argue with the officials. What are they going to do, change their call? Oh, my bad, coach, you're right. It was a foul.
It's just what the NBA guys do, I suppose. Everyone else wants to do it.
Now you can challenge. It's different than 20 years ago. Loose ball on the court. As Edwards was trying to help a Fenwick player up, but Corey Griffin was still angry. And De La Salle, if you're a Meteor fan, just tell your players, don't foul, don't do the silly things, don't give up technical free throws. Just get out of this gym with a victory and hold your heads up high.
Yeah, this is quite the juxtaposition from their game last year. Like we said at the start of the broadcast, Fenwick won 47-25 when these two teams faced off last year. Quite a different story here at the Lawless Gymnasium.
That was then, this is now. Sometimes that matters, though. As at the elbow, now driving in. Nice layup. It's not just the three-point shooting partner, it's also the drives to the basket. They're doing everything well offensively.
Lucas Johnson, how do you do? Impressive up and under, and a block on the other end, but a foul's called.
Caleb Henry on the thunderous block, but he got wrist before the ball, and you could hear it from Coach DeCesar laughing a little bit. Come on, that was all ball, ref.
Acrobatic finish by Lucas Johnson on one end, and a near block from Caleb Henry, standing at 6'6", used all of his frame to make that happen. But Will Hosty is the beneficiary. He's going to shoot another shot at the line. Again, Fenwick has been getting to the free throw line a little bit more in the second half, but not paying it off at the efficiency that head coach David Ferguson wants him to have.
You know, but you brought up a good point, partner. Yeah, it was last year, different players, right? Some same players, but different players as well. The seniors are graduating. That barely hit the rim, by the way, on the free throw. But I think of that Virginia team that won the national title. And of course, the previous season, everybody remembers they lost to a 16 seed. But the year they won the national title, as Greenberg fakes the three, good job that time by Thies knocking it away. But the year they won the national title, they were losing at halftime to another 16 seed. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I remember it vividly. Those Cavaliers had quite the run back then.
And they found a way to win that game. I forget the team they were playing. They lost the previous year to UMBC, then they played another 16 seed. They were losing at half. I think it was Grambling State. They came back to win that. They waited all the way to the Final Four. They were down by 2, and then that famous call on the three-point shot on Kyle Guy. He made all 3 free throws. Then they won in overtime against Texas Tech. Possibly one of the greatest college tournaments of all time. Cueva! Look, he's too young to drink Jose Cuervo. But let's get this guy a virgin cocktail. He's fantastic tonight.
Gary DeCesar has called that same play for his Meteors offense 3 or 4 times, and just about every time, Carlos Cueva, the three-point specialist, has paid it off with a triple.
We'll take a quick break. It's all Meteors up by 30 here at the Lawless Gymnasium.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Well, partner, Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said if you're a Friar fan, we're on to Cincinnati, right? Down by 30. No shot clock, it ain't happening. Unless you hit 3 threes in a row and get some turnovers, then something crazy could happen. But just didn't happen tonight. They just couldn't shoot the 3 well. They're going to have to work on that in practice. They just can't shoot right now.
You have to try and win the little things when you're at this point in the game. The scoreboard really doesn't matter. You need to try and get yourself playing some good basketball, playing well as a team going into the gauntlet of the schedule in the latter half of the season.
I love the fight and the tenacity by head coach Gary DeCesar. They're up by 30 points, but it's very much the Belichick philosophy. No days off. Don't give in an inch. As that layup no good, a little off balance, attacking the rim. Thought about the 3, instead feeds it to a teammate. That triple no good. Harvey on the miss. It was rebounded by Wofford and a foul away from the play.
You talk about what De La Salle has done this year. You look at the 7-13 record. It's kind of deceiving looking at them at 7-13. They have a tough schedule. They've played 7 out-of-state teams. They've had tournaments in Hawaii and Florida where they've gone and had some pretty solid success against top-level teams in the nation.
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me on that block from Harvey? A rocking horse floater, and Harvey said, I don't think so, partner.
No call, easy finish there. Some sort of solid thing. I believe I heard a flop warning called on De La Salle.
It's going to be, there are 4 timeouts, not 2. We'll get that fixed for you for De La Salle in a second. Not that it matters, they're kicking Fenwick's butt right now. Got a timeout on the floor. We'll stick with the action, 49-21. And the problem is, Andy, when you get behind the 8 ball so early on, the fan section up above us, they don't know what hit them. They were quiet and allowed De La Salle to focus, to attack, and to focus on the task at hand. And it gets loud in this gymnasium. So Fenwick was hoping to get ahead, get a lead, get it loud so it's hard for De La Salle to focus in their offensive sets, and that just didn't happen tonight.
At the same time, it's hard to argue with those fans for not bringing a lot of energy early. De La Salle forcing numerous turnovers, hitting 4 straight threes to start this contest, and they have not looked back. got to give credit to Gary DeCesar and the team he's put together this year. Only bring back 5 key rotation pieces from a group that kind of had a down season last year after they won 20 games in back-to-back seasons the year prior. Nothing but success for the Meteors here tonight. And barring a Fenwick huge turnaround, this one's going to come out with a Meteors victory and a huge win as they head into the second half of the season. I will also comment something we got from our Southern reporter, Stephen Taylor. Tommy Fees, who is a huge contributor. You see him out there, number 55 for the Fenwick Friars. He's playing with a taped right thumb. It does seem to be favoring it. That's a new development from what we saw on Monday. Fees is a big reason for the Friars' interior defense, although not as astute as it normally has been tonight. So that's the update from Stephen Taylor.
Swinging out to the right. De La Salle can run whatever offensive set they want. They're up by 28. Cueva again. What else is new? Drains it. That was pretty good defense, by the way. Didn't matter. Shot it right in his face.
Cueva's just got such a pretty looking shot.
Oh my gosh! They're going to say goaltending, most likely on Remy Edwards. Either that or a foul. Ooh, a technical foul.
I'm just in shock right now. They're going to call a technical against Remy Edwards at 6'4", 230. What a vertical leap. That was a display of athleticism from the senior there. Impressive stuff. I'm at a loss for words, Kyle.
Running clock, by the way, because they're up by more than 30 points. Why do you think they called the technical foul there?
What I saw from the referee, and I won't repeat verbatim what he said, but when Edwards finished off that block on...
He said something the FCC doesn't appreciate?
He said maybe a word that a lot of the Catholics in attendance might not appreciate either. Remy Edwards, though, again, we said he's a bit of an undersized center because Fenwick has him beat on the height department on paper, but he's been playing like the entirety of his 6'4", 230-pound frame.
Coast-to-coast pass. And it was on the money, but dropped. And even though that Fenwick is trailing by 28, the running clock will remain unless we get under 20.
And Fenwick looking to get some unfamiliar faces in, get them some time. Whereas Coach Ferguson can evaluate his rotation coming down the stretch of the season as we're going to get a foul and free throws for the Meteors.
Sperry committed the foul. It was all Meteors from the opening tip. Another report, our final one from Stephen Taylor. All Meteors tonight, partner, they're going to pick up the dub.
Yes, so before the game, I spoke with Coach Gary DeCesar for De La Salle, and he said to bounce back after their loss on Sunday, they just went defense all week, and you can see it already shows. What else did they practice? They practiced shooting. That is also coming through. They got to make the shots. They didn't make a lot in the last one, but in this one, he says to bounce back, you just see what happens. Every day is a new adventure.
Stephen, thank you so much. We appreciate all the hard work that you do. And Fenwick's going to have to find a way to fight through this losing streak. They were 8-8 until they weren't. Now they're going to be 8-12.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, they've lost 3 in a row coming into this one. Their last win back on January 10th against Romeoville. And although they scored 61 points in that one, they haven't scored above 45 cents. They might not reach 30 tonight, Kyle.
They look pretty good in their holiday tournaments. Drive to the basket. It was not under control. It could hit that layup to 30 and Johnson. But yeah, they went 2-2 in that Riverside Brookfield tournament. They didn't have their football players then because remember the state championship. Look at this baseball pass. And able to handle it well was 10 and Milner coming off the bench. Back to the top of the key to Wofford. Just wasn't the Thies brothers' day. They didn't do a lot offensively for the Friars today. Mid-range jumper, you bet. Wofford gets it to go.
Dalen Wofford's been a bit of the silver lining for Fenwick so far. Scoring at all three levels, is generating some sort of offense for Fenwick, who, of course, we've seen them perform at the highest level before. It's just, once again, not their night. Tough stretch for the Friars, looking to bounce back in the postseason.
Floater no good.
Fenwick continuing to show heart. It's a lot of these guys' first time on the floor tonight. Dalen Wofford went down hard, still got up. He's been out there for a little bit. But some of the other guys you see out there, first minutes tonight, wanting to make their mark.
Don't go anywhere in the postgame show. Andy Dietrich will be down at courtside to get one of the De La Salle players. I think it's going to be Cueva, the way he shot the ball today.
I would say if we had to pick a player of the game, it has to be Carlos Cueva of the De La Salle Meteors. Whether he was just finding the open spot, doing his due diligence on a play to get open, that is a pretty jump shot possessed by Cueva. And he's a big reason why De La Salle and their hot shooting ways are going to run out of here with a blowout victory.
Under a minute to go. It's all over but the crying. Fenwick trying to honor their 74-75 team that made it to the sectional championship game. Just couldn't get the job done. Air ball as it went off the backboard. And De La Salle will probably just hold the ball.
I think all in all, playing in the old gym, the Lawless Gymnasium here at Fenwick High School with the 74-75 team in attendance, I think it was still a fun night. What say you?
Fun night. Was hoping for a little bit more of a fight from the Friars. I mean, they fought hard rebounding the ball. They just couldn't shoot the ball well.
It's as simple as this. De La Salle, 9 3-pointers as a team, 6 of them coming from Cueva. Fenwick, I believe, just a lone 3.
That does it for our in-game broadcast. Final thoughts, Parter, before we go to the post-game show.
53-26 is quite the score for a team to come in on the road like De La Salle and come out of Fenwick with this sort of victory. Wire-to-wire win for the Meteors, starting off with that 12-0 run, never looking back. Really impressive stuff from Gary DeCesare and the team he's got out there on the floor tonight.
So for our excellent crew, for Tommy Gilbert, for Zachary Stolpa, for Stephen Taylor and Andrew Dietrich, I'm Kyle Smith. Post-game show. Andy goes courtside to talk to our player of the game, brought to you by Forest Security, to Carlos Cueva. But for now, signing off, 53-26 win for the Meteors.
Telecast on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede.
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game. So I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen. O'Connor and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot and a goal. So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Wow. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Welcome back to the court here at Fenwick High School. My name's Andy Diedrich, and you're watching our presentation of Illinois high school basketball. Welcome back to the court here at Fenwick High School. My name's Andy Diedrich, and you're watching our presentation of Illinois high school basketball here on Sports Broadcast Solutions. De La Salle comes in here to Fenwick and leads with a resounding 53-26 victory. Standing next to me, our player of the game, Carlos Cueva of the De La Salle Meteors. First off, resounding win for you guys coming on the road against a team that beat you last year pretty much in a blowout fashion. What does this mean for you and the team to come in here and get this win against Fenwick?
I mean, obviously last year we came here and they kind of stuck it to us, and I feel like they thought the same thing was going to happen this year. You know, they decided to schedule us for this little throwback game in their old gym, and you know, we came over and played our game, and you know, the work shows. And yeah.
A wire-to-wire victory for you guys, starting out in a 12-0 run, 4 3-pointers, 2 of them by you. How easy was it for you guys to get out on that hot start, and is that something you want to set out to do in future games this season?
I mean, of course, you know, we live by the first 3 minutes of the first half and first 3 minutes of the second half, you know, really determine who's going to finish the game on top.
You guys hit 9 3-pointers as a team, 6 of them coming off of your right hand right there. How's it feel when you're out there firing on all cylinders and knocking down some triples?
Man, it feels amazing, you know, just putting the ball up, you know, it goes through the hoop almost every time. You know, I shoot the ball over 50%, and it's just an amazing feeling. I love it.
It's the new haircut. That's what it is. It's the new haircut.
Coach says it's a new haircut. I'll be honest, when I'm lined up, that's when I feel my best too, so I'm with you there. Lastly, though, you're one of the seniors of this team. You got your finger on the pulse of everything that's going on in the locker room. What do you hope to bring from this game into the rest of the season and maybe into a postseason run?
You know, just playing hard. I feel like some games we come short because we don't come ready to play, and today we know we just came ready to play, and these are results.
Well said from the senior Carlos Cueva, our player of the game. De La Salle leaves Fenwick High School with a resounding victory. That's going to wrap it up here from Fenwick High School. My name's Andy Diedrich. We'll see you next time on SBS.